I think every good cook, man, if you're a good cook and you haven't burnt yourself, then you're not really a good cook. So, anyways,
Yeah.
So what happened with me was that so into the night, so I'm the sous chef, so I'm like the head line cook, kind of, you know what I mean, like beyond doing all the ordering and shit. The main chef that was over me, basically, he just came in twice a week, told me I'm an idiot. He goes, "You're a fucking idiot. You're doing everything wrong. I'm gonna go now and not do shit for the rest of the week."
Yeah.
So I had to do everything, which is what, that's what sous chefs do.
Yeah.
And so, very nice restaurant. It's the first certified organic restaurant in the country. So, very prestigious kind of place. Did it totally for resume, made shit money, but did it just because it looked good, right? Nikki B, what's going on, girl? And Beauty and the Vape, what's going on? And so, did it just for the resume. I busted my ass 7 days a week. I worked there from about 1 p.m. until about 2 a.m. every day, 7 days a week for like 6 years. Busted my ass at this place. And I loved it because, I'm the chef. I got the chef's jacket on, looking slick. All the waitresses are on the dick, fucking loving life. Got a whole crew underneath of me, right? But this night, it was just like, I wanted to get the fuck out of there. It was like Sunday. I'd been working my ass off. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, let's clean this fucking place up. Let's make it quick. And we had a giant flat top grill that had protective sides, we lost them. Oh no. Oh my God.
Hey.
Come on, Rye. I'll just tell a story anyways. So had this flat top grill, which is just a big flat piece of iron that's hot, and cook your burgers and shit on it, different stuff like that. There he is.
What
All
the
right.
hell happened?
I don't know. I kicked you. No, Juan Castillo, what's going on, brother? Princess Vapes DIY, what's going on? So had this big flat top grill, giant fucking hot piece of metal for cooking burgers and shit, right? And had these big like alleys on the side of it, like these big protective pieces of tin, just so the grease doesn't go everywhere and shit. So want to get this fucking shit done. Usually what they tell you to do, Joshua Miller, what's going on? What my boss told me to do is like, you got to turn this off, let it cool down. Then we put this, this orange oil shit on it, and you scrub it and blah, blah, then you rinse it off.
Yeah.
So I figured out that if you just do it while it's hot, it goes way faster. And so I would fucking put this fucking orange oil on it while it's hot. And then I would dump a fucking thing of ice onto it so that I could be scrubbing it while the ice is melting.
Yeah.
And I could be scrubbing it and shit and fucking, so this day I was just, they had these big gloves you were supposed to wear and all this shit, right? And this face mask, and fuck that, man. I'm fucking out of here, right? So I'm fucking scrubbing it and shit. And I went, boom. Sorry, cat. And my hand hit this protective guardrail. And all that happened was this fucking just giant fucking pool of hot, like boiling hot lava, orange oil and grease, like just splashed all over the top of my hand, right? And just like you, it didn't hurt at first. It just like, ow, stings.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, same thing. I'm gonna wipe it off.
Yeah. I'm
gonna wrap it with a towel, and then I'm gonna just keep working. And so I told my guys, I said, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. And so we're working, and then all of a sudden it was just like, ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that hurts, right? And so I peel this towel off, and then when I get to the last layer, just skin comes off, and then it's just like, man, I have these blisters that are just like, it's like so hard to explain. They were just like giant fucking blisters all over my hand. Okay. And so, and so seeing that kind of made me feel a little dizzy. Like I was just like, ooh, whoa, like my skin's all fucked up, So I go and tell the owner of the restaurant, I said, hey man, like I just hurt myself. And I was like holding my hand like this, because I kept trying to push the blisters back down onto my hand. Yeah. I'm like, hey man, I just hurt myself really bad, I think. And he goes, what happened? And I took my hand off, and he sees my hand, and you could just see it, like he just went white. And he was just like, oh my God. And he goes, man, put ice on that right now. And so I went in there, put ice on it, which helped the pain immediately. As soon as you put ice on a burn, it's just like, oh. And then you're kind of like, okay, well, it doesn't hurt anymore. And so it's not bad. And so like, I had ice on it, continued working, closed the restaurant. And then like I go and like they would give us a free beer. This is also a brewery, so they give us a free beer after work. So I go in there, chug this fucking beer, and then I'm talking to the owner, and he's like, let me see the burn. So I took the ice off, and as soon as the ice came off, it was just like getting shot in the face. It was like, ugh. And he's like, man, you got to go to the hospital. And so I go to the hospital, And I kind of explained to them what happened. And he's like, and the guy, the nurse or whatever, he's like, dude, it's still burning you. He goes, you have oil on your pan that's still burning you. He goes, that's why it hurts so bad. He goes, man, it's like a chemical burn. So he like called like the fucking, what do you call it? Like poison control center, told them exactly what the chemical was. They had to put some kind of thing to like neutralize it. But by the time I actually had that done, it was like 2 hours after the burn had happened. And so I had gotten down into the muscles and shit. It was actually my left hand, I think. It was down in the muscles. It was really fucked up. I couldn't use my hand. I went into shock, like straight up shock. I was throwing up, and I was just like sweating crazy, and I was super cold, and I was super white and shit. And like my girlfriend at the time, she was with me, and it was just a bad scene, man. It was such a bad scene. But so they finally sent me home, and the guy's like, "You can't work for like a week." And so I call my boss and I'm like, hey man, they said I can't work for a week. And he goes, well, then I guess I'll have to find somebody else to do your job. And so I just went back to work the next day, man, with this fucked up, totally bad, like third-degree burn.
Yeah, that's even harder because it's on your hand. At least on my arm, I feel like where I was lucky because when I got burnt there, like it's a good thing because it's not on the side of my arm where I could scrape off a wall or something. It's not gonna hit anything. I was lucky on that one.
It's just like the only reason why I want to tell you. First off, because Brian, before we started the show, he showed us his burn.
Oh, Jazz, can you send me the chat? Like, I don't know how to find that. I usually request that.
Yeah, let me see if I can figure that out.
Yeah.
So the reason why I tell that story is because that's how the restaurant industry is, man. It's just a fucked up business. It is such a fucked up business.
Yeah.
I worked in a lot of kitchens too. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yep.
I never recommend it to anybody.
But I work in this family-owned thing, and I've known this family for a while now. And, you know, to me, it's different. Like, I hate the job, but you always see something funny. So that's what I look for, and that gets me going. So
hey, if you work for good people, that's a different story, man. The people that I worked for, they were ready to cut bait on me as soon as anything happened. Like if anything ever happened to me, like eventually what happened was I ended up, because I was a drug addict too, you know, like a lot of cooks are. I had a drug and alcohol problem. And so as soon as I got arrested, like I literally called and I said, hey, it was my day off too. I'm like, hey, I got arrested. I'm going to get out, but I might not be there until whatever 4 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. And the guy said, don't come in. He goes, because the person who owned the restaurant was running for political office, local political office. And they're like, we can't be associated with you anymore. Like that's, I mean, 6 years of my life working 7 days a week for these people, making $9 an hour. And they're just like, you're dead to us.
Just like that, right? Yep.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't. Okay, let me see. I think I got it figured out how to send you the chat. I'm not an expert. Right?
Me too. That's why I was asking. If not, I'm gonna have to end up like opening it on YouTube. But
okay, so I have this copy. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram because I don't think we're friends on Facebook.
No, you could send it here in the chat on Zoom.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Okay. See, you are an expert, my dude.
No, because that's what they did on my last.
There you go.
There you
go. See, I was going all ass backwards about it and shit.
Yeah. Every time I go on a live show, I always ask for this, and I always announce to everybody how big of a dumbass I am when it comes to computers.
I don't even watch fucking chat half the time, not as much as I should, honestly. Speaking of which, I should probably go and say hello to everybody in chat. Who do we have here? So we got Zach Johnson, Beauty and the Vape, which I already said hello to. Vape with Nikki B, Juan Castillo, Joshua Apathy Miller, All Day Vape. That's you. What are you doing there?
That's
Ashley
me.
Brown, Juan Castillo, Ashley Brown again. Oh, that Vape, Smoke 42 Vape. And Oh, that Vape is a woman. I found that out, and I will not make that mistake again. Jur Vapin, John Mueller. John, what's going on, brother? And yeah, that's it. All right. That's the people that are in chat. Okay. So we have a jam-packed show of stuff to talk about. The new Goon is coming out or is out. I'm kind of confused. I don't know if it's out already. I think it is out, but they're just sold out, which makes a lot of sense. Have you gotten that yet, Ryan? Are you getting that? Are they sending it to you?
No, I'm gonna wait.
Some boys don't have all the luck.
I always wait.
The new Goon. I'm super excited about that. It looks so nice. They're bringing back the old school airflow, which that's why I didn't even get the 1.5. Or, you know what I mean? So I'm super excited about that. I figured you would already have that, right? You get all the new shit, brother.
No, the thing is, I actually didn't like the 1.5.
No, me neither.
No offense to 528 fans. I like the original Goon. Like that one's the best, as always, you know. But the 1.5 I didn't like that much. I didn't get the LP, so I don't know how that works because I was kind of turned off by it. I don't like it when you're messing with the coils. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like the installation and you mess with it, like you have to bend your leads to get in. I don't like that.
Now they have those new clamps for the LP though, where they clamp down from the top.
Yeah, but you have to like come in after you've already released something and give you something to make it vapable.
Yeah.
That's always. It's the same with like what's the name of the one from the Dreamer, the Lucid RDA.
Yeah.
Lucid RDA. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Dan's a great guy. All that shit, right? Dreamer was okay. I ended up actually not liking it that much, but it is what it is. A lot of people love it. The Lucid was garbage. It had no flavor. It was just the worst RDA, right? It wasn't the worst, but it was not a great RDA. But then they came out with like this, like every time I mention that, somebody goes, "Oh, they came out with a thing, like a block that you can put inside that reduces the chamber size and it makes it better." And I'm like, too late. I already hate it. Like I'm not gonna buy something extra to make this thing work right.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to do that.
I kind of felt the same way with the LP because when I saw it, and you know, as a builder, we don't want our leads bending and all that. On installation. So right away, I was like, I kind of don't like that. And you can see it. You can tell too how it changes the look of the coil because look at any LP Goon pictures on Instagram with a coil installed in it. You will see it like the coil kind of like it's off balance. It's not straight looking anymore. It looks weird. I didn't like that. You know,
that's why you don't see a lot of fucking LP shots.
Yeah.
There was a few when they released the new clamps for it, but other than that, you don't see any.
Yep.
That's why the Goon one is the OG Goon is really made a mark because not only it has space for coil builders, it performs well, you know, and it's innovative.
It changed the game. It changed the game. Big time. There's been a couple of deck designs that changed the game. The Velocity and the Goon. Those two deck designs really changed the way that, to this day, the way that we build coils and the way that we install them. So
it's funny how you don't see a Velocity RDA anymore, but you still see the Velocity.
Yep. I don't even know who made the Velocity RDA. Whose was
Tobacco? I think it was Tobacco, wasn't it?
No, those were the clones. There was like a high-priced Velocity.
Yeah. I forgot.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Velocity RDA. Sorry, my keyboard's really loud. I know you guys. My bad.
Just want to say hi to the chat right now.
What?
How y'all doing, chat room?
Yeah, I've only had the chance to vape on the 1.5. I've never tried the OG Goon.
Oh my God, brother!
Oh,
seriously?
Wow.
Can you still get them?
Yeah.
You still get authentic ones?
Oh yeah. They still sell them at 528 because they know that that's their claim to fame. Okay, there's a couple companies, right, that literally are surviving on the good faith of their audience from like their original products, like the Goon and Dinner Lady with the fucking Lemon Tart.
Lemon Tart, yeah.
It's like Lemon Tart holds that company up because they keep releasing all this weird shit that nobody really asked for. And the same with the Goon. Like they release this great product. Now, was there room for improvement on the Goon? Yes. Like looking back on it now, that those clamps are not perfect. You know, like it's actually to put what I want to put in there can be a hassle because you're getting a lot of leads crossing over and stuff. It's not perfect. I actually think the clamps on something like the RDA that, holy shit, I can't even fucking think of it.
The Warrior?
No, that's great too. But this is before that. Coil Builder, he's really big on Instagram. He's always doing the fucking, he's got all the fucking Twisted Messes fucking coil things in the background. Super fucking popular. Chat's going to know right away who I'm talking about. Oh my God.
There's a lot of those kind of builders.
No, I know, but he's like really famous. He's got a juice line. He's got an RDA.
What dude? M-Turk?
M-Turk. So M-Turk released an RDA that's kind of garbage. It's not great. You can't put a fucking drip tip in it, which is super weird. And it's just not great. It's just not great. I actually have it because I thought this is going to be awesome.
Is it the one without a drip tip? That's
no drip tip.
Yeah,
I'll get it in a second. Show you guys. God, I'm looking really wrinkly today. But anyway, so this thing, it has a screw going down in the clamps, in between the clamps, like in the middle of the clamps. That's how you tighten them. And so it actually gives you two lanes to put your coils in. It's not a perfect solution, but it actually is a lot better.
It looks like DJ's the Aura. It looks like the Aura RDA. Because I know the M-Turk RDA traps. I have them. Yeah, it's somewhere.
I think we all bought it because we thought this is gonna be the shit, and it just kind of ended up being shit. I'm gonna grab mine.
Yeah. You know what I think? This is my opinion on 528. The OG Goon is nice, but I think that the Goon 1.5 should have been the layer cake.
Yes. Oh my God.
I think that's what's supposed. If 528 wants to really improve themselves and just killing the game, the Goon 1.5 should have had the layer cake design.
The layer cake is like such an unspoken of RDA that is legitimately probably the best RDA that's out right now.
The layer cake?
But I'm saying the layer cake just because of the clamp style. You know, if you started the clamps in that way with the Goon, I think the version 2 of the Goon should have been like a whole, you know, just like the layer cake, and that would have been.
That's a gorgeous fucking RDA. Who makes that? Oh my God. 5. District 5, yeah. That is a fucking beautiful RDA. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You know where M-Turk fucked up? By working with this company right here. The Vape Amp.
Uh-huh.
This thing's just, it's not great. It's just not great. It doesn't ever give me a good vape. That's what I hate about it. Is that I thought this thing was going to be a beast, and it's just not that great.
What's the deck look like?
I'll show you. I'm going to take this up in a second. I'll show you. It's kind of like a.
It's kind of like the Aura.
Kind of like the Aura, yeah.
Or the, I think Cyclone Mods put out an RDA too that kind of looks like that too. I think it's the Crichton or something.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like the Apocalypse deck.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you son of a bitch.
That's so weird to me because that just kills the clamp, the space, the post hole.
Yeah, you got no space because you got to go on each side of the screw.
Because of that screw, yep.
Yeah, I use it for. I'm actually using this. This is my like my stack when I use it like for stacks and shit. Because it has a lot. It has a lot of room to put a bigger coil in there, but it's not great. It doesn't have good connection. Like it doesn't feel rowdy to me, no matter what build you put in there. And plus, not having a fucking drip tip, man, that sucks.
Hold it closer. Let me see the mouthpiece to it.
He's trying.
Is it made out of Delrin at least?
No. Maybe.
Is it metal?
It might be Delrin. I don't know. I'm not sure. It might be metal though, too. No, it's Delrin.
If that thing's metal, that should get hot.
It's Delrin. No, it's Delrin. It doesn't get hot or anything. It's just that you know, we used to go straight pipe on RDAs when we had 510 drip, like what do you call them? Drip tips, right?
Yeah.
Because we had to. Because that's the only way you got fucking comp kind of performance. But now we have 810, and it's like, man, this is no good. This just feels weird. Like, oh, like I'm giving it fucking head or something. I just hate it. It sucks. Much love to M Turk, because I'll tell you what, his e-liquids are fucking great.
I want to try Turkish maize.
Turkish maize is amazing, and even Turkish Turkish blend.
Yeah,
phenomenal, honestly.
I can't find myself to spend that kind of money on juice.
It's like buying coils from M Turk. Do I think they're beautiful? Yes. Am I going to buy them? No.
Yeah.
Not to mention that guy's basically a robot, and his coils.
Have you watched his Instagram feeds?
Holy shit!
Fuck, the way he built long ass sticks of aliens that are 5 feet long.
And then he wraps them with a drill, which I don't like that. I don't like the drill wrap. It's too tight. It's too clean, in my opinion. I like the hand wrap, baby. You got to hand wrap shit, you know? Yeah. If I'm paying $20 or $30 for a set of coils, you better fucking hand wrap them.
Yeah. But with the way he's got to pump them out, he's selling fucking many coils.
It's in such demand. He takes a mason jar full of aliens to every convention and sells out.
Yeah.
So, and another thing is he's got that really cool. I actually tried it at home. I tried to make my own to wrap coils with a drill. It's not hard once you get it going. It's just need that little tool that he had special made or whatever. So the cool thing about what he does is that he doesn't have to pair them up. Every coil he makes is exactly the same, and so he can just have a jar and just reach in and grab 2 coils and go, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. $30.
$30.
Yeah. 30 bones.
I mean, he's one of those jars.
You know what's crazy to me? Nothing against Turk. He's a great guy. I saw his Drop the Shame interview.
Yeah, that was great.
It was great. You know, it was a great interview. He really he's interesting.
He is interesting.
His live shows are like really amazing too. I don't think any vapor that's on Instagram ever missed that show. You know, we've all seen it. We've all seen how he does it. So, but the crazy thing about it is, I can't believe that he's still selling it, even though he gave out everything already. He showed us how it's done. Yep. He showed what metals he used. He shows what brand of wires he used for that, the specs and everything, and still he's money. And that's the thing that amazes me about him.
He is taking a lot of the mysticism. Yeah, he's taking a lot of like the mystique away from the coil building, because he's shown like, look, this is how easy it is. I can make 300, 400 coils in a sitting.
Yeah. But I think now M Turk is more of like, his brand, really.
Yeah, it's more the name.
Yep. And he started a while ago,
And it's like at the conventions, what it is about buying coils from M Turk is you get to interact with M Turk.
Yeah.
You get to go up, get some of the coils out of the jar, you shoot the shit with them for 30 seconds, you feel like, holy shit, I'm talking to somebody who's big in the vape community. You're right, it's 100% about, it's just M Turk. And I think that a lot of people buy those coils, even like when they're buying them online, it's like to support, it's like going to somebody's Patreon and saying, okay, like I like your video content, so I'm going to drop $5 a month on your shit, right? Yeah. It's the same with with him. It's like, I love your Instagram feed. I love watching these videos. I think you're an amazing person. Let me drop $20, $30 on a set of coils.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Just to try.
And probably a lot of times people just sit on them and don't even use them,
Yeah, they just keep them.
They're not anything special. It's not like those coils are fucking, again, nothing against M Turk. The guy, like we just said, he's an amazing fucking guy.
Yeah.
But they're alien coils.
Yep.
They're like high ohm alien coils.
Yeah.
They're like a set's like 0.25 or some shit. It's like, it's not something I would use. They're not mech mod coils. So, whatever. Whatever. Now that we're done fucking straight slagging off one of the biggest fucking names.
It is what it is, man. That's the truth.
Yeah. There's a lot of those guys. I don't think Twisted Messes sells coils anymore. And if he does, he's definitely not making those coils anymore. And that's what, we talked about this a lot. There's a lot of these big time guys, they just hire teams of coil builders. Like if Twisted Messes is selling coils, he's not making coils. The fucking guy's traveling all over the world and shit. He doesn't have time to fucking bust out coils. So, you know, Blue Eyed Goon, all those guys. It's just, it is what it is, you know. It's the name, it's the brand. It's
the creator of brand, and rightfully so, because it's not like they've been terrible from the beginning. You know, like it's not like they don't deserve their spot right now. They're up there. Yeah, we respect them.
Definitely. Mad respect for them. And there's a lot of the things we take for granted now were brought on by that generation of vapors.
Yeah.
By the Twisted Messes, by the Blue Eyed Goons. These guys revolutionized coil building and vaping in general. All the things that we have now, like all the RDAs and shit, everything that we take for granted, those were all built around the coils that these guys were making.
Yeah. They set the bar high, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're still on it. It's a never-ending journey into coil building. You're always trying something new because for some reason you feel that inside that there's a thing that it's a challenge. There's a thing that you got to reach because you want to be up there with them. But there's no way you can come out with a coil that's never been done.
No. I think
it's impossible now to come out with something. And I'm only saying this because I feel like to come out with an original concept of a coil, it has to be original from the beginning, from the way you prepped it to its finished till it's wrapped and everything.
There's no way.
And I don't think there's such a coil that you can make without following any of those.
Try to build something interesting without using a Clapton derivative.
Yeah.
Everything is built around Clapton.
Is done.
Yep. So I stand corrected. One, you're totally right. I was talking out my ass. His claim to fame is definitely building for mech builds. You're right. I forgot that he built 2.5. A lot of these guys are building 3 millimeter diameter coils. He's definitely not doing that. And you're right. I talked out my ass. Boom.
Yeah. They're built for mechs.
Yeah. Built for mechs for sure.
But a lot of guys. That's what I think. Also, that's the reason why I also think that he didn't put a drip tip on it, because I don't know, for some reason it kind of matches a mech. It looked like a bullet.
Look like a fucking dildo.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's find out. I'm putting on a fucking black mod right now. Yeah. A black M Turk. We're gonna see if this looks like a dildo or a bullet. It's a pretty big bullet, my friend.
He should have put spikes on the cap.
Yeah. It's got a B-hole for sure.
I kind of like the way it looks.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. But it would just, like the aesthetics of this are not my problem with it. It looks like it's the putting your mouth on it like,
yeah.
Try to look cool while you're vaping this. You can, man. Like,
It look like it's just gonna slide right in.
Yeah.
All right.
No more deep throat in the fucking mud. Okay.
You've done enough on the show before the show.
Yes. I was sucking it so hard before the show. Joshua, what are you talking about? 3 to 3.5 millimeters. Jesus Christ. I wrap my coils around a 2 to 2.2 millimeter rod.
That's so damn small, dude.
It's fucking immediately.
How often are you rejuicing your wicks?
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
little last
2 hits.
Dry them wicks out so quick.
But that's okay with me, because each hit I'm taking is like 1,000 hits off of one of those fucking 3.5 millimeter coils. So here's a failed set of aliens. This is basically just a 3-core Clapton, and it ohms out to, what is it? It originally said 0.06 for a set, but then I roasted them a little bit, and then now they're at 0.05. But you just put them on a mech mod that isn't great, and that way it's a little bit safer. Like, this has a pretty bad battery drop off, so I feel a little bit safer on it. And 2 millimeter. I don't know. It's not so bad.
Not so bad. I use 2.5s when I'm building on a single coiler. Actually. Yeah, bro, it's great, and it's low wattage, so I'm only running it on like 35 watts, and it's amazing.
Yes. That's why I started. See, when I first started building, I was using really terrible mods or mods that had very low wattage outputs. My first my first mod that was regulated was the the Inikin, the box, the old school MVP, and it was 11 watts. And so you could not, I don't care what your ohms were, you put 2 coils in there, it wouldn't fire. It could not power them. Even if you had like a 4 ohm coil, it wasn't powering those fucking coils. So you do single coil, and you had to do them small, like 2 millimeter, 2.2 millimeter, 2.5 max. And you would get a interesting
wire
on like 28 gauge.
Yeah, on a 28 gauge. Oh, man.
I remember when when I first started vaping, like Rip Trippers and shit was still very popular at the time. And so he was like recycling all the people off Instagram. He would go on YouTube and like say, oh, look at this build that I got for you guys. When really he just stole it from somebody on Instagram. But I'm sitting there going like, oh man, look at those builds he's got for us. And he's like, get yourself some 28 gauge Canthal. When's the last time you used fucking 28 gauge Canthal for the basis of a coil?
Yeah.
No.
That's the last time I wrapped the round wire. Wow.
Yeah.
I think if I get some 26 gauge right now and just wrap like 5 wraps on a 3 Canthal round wire, I'm gonna fail. Miserably.
Man, I can wrap some tight ass round wire coils. I was doing it the other day just for fun because I have a bunch of 20 and 22 gauge, and I was like, what is this good for at this point? There's not a lot I can do with it, and so I made some fused Claptons out of it, which was pretty funny. I wrapped it with a 26 gauge, I think was the Clapton wrap. So there's big ass fucking joke ass coils. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some round wire builds. And some like parallels and shit like that. And I still got it. I definitely still got it. So
nice.
I don't know about 28 gauge. That's like fucking piano wire to me. It's gonna be all flimsy and shit.
Every time I make a coil now, when it comes out as a stick, I always look at this jig where we used the round wires before, where you just turn the jig and then it just wraps it up.
Yeah.
Let's look at that because I haven't used that in a long time. I always wrap mine on a vise.
Oh yeah,
on the vise, and put like a screwdriver on it and then just wrap, just like how Squid Dude does it on his videos. Just
man, you're on like such a different level than the majority of us fucking plebs, dude.
It's nothing special. It's not a God-given talent.
Listen to this motherfucker talking shit. It ain't nothing
practice
special.
And a lot of wasted cheap wires. Yes. That's all you need.
I tell people all the time, like if you want to practice coils, right? Go to Timco, buy yourself 2,000 feet of like 26 gauge fucking Canthal, and just fucking spool that shit out, man. Just fucking have fun with it and just dick around, you know? Because I can go through 1,000 feet quick.
I've called KB wires. You know about KB wires?
That's all I use.
I've called them several times, and I told them, like, dude, you guys are just in the next town because their factory is here in Kissimmee, and I'm in Orlando. So it's literally like 30 minutes from where I live. And I was like, can I just knock on the warehouse and you guys just give me wires? Ordering this shit online and wait for it. Let me just have it now. And they never replied. Assholes.
How quick do you get it when you order it, though?
Yeah, about 2 days. But if it gives you that feeling that, hey, if your company's just right here, can I just do that? Can I just
Why not? Why not?
Not going to
show up at the fucking. You should show up at the office, man.
Yeah.
You should. You definitely should. Take a camera with you and be like, look, motherfucker, I buy a lot of wire from you. I'm coming to the fucking warehouse. Give me a tour and give me some fucking free wire.
Yeah. They're getting wider in their wires, though. Like, wider range. Like they're coming.
You know, it's funny. Same thing with Timco. I remember when I first started buying from Timco, there was no hint of vape. It was not that. You go to Timco now, they sell fucking all kinds of vape-related shit on Timco. And it's like, man, what the fuck happened to you guys?
They're seeing it. They're seeing that they're making money out of it. So
they're selling so much more wire.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got a spool of Timco ribbon wire right now.
Timco makes great ribbon wire.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where I'm pretty sure Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's where Lightning Vapes gets their ribbon wire from.
Yeah, they're almost like kind of underground too. Like not a lot really knows about them.
It's so funny that we've come to that point where Timco is like the underground.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like that. They're not really out there. You don't see a lot of their. You don't see their ads.
No,
I don't see their ads. I go to Instagram. Nobody represents Temco wires.
No,
nobody. It's those quiet ones that you know. Yeah.
The only reason I found them is because I'll look around on Amazon and shit for wire.
Yep. And you just type in 27 gauge wires, and then Temco shows up.
Yep. Good old Timco, man. Fuck. They're like one of the only ones too that you can buy giant spools, like single spools.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, like even Lightning Vapes, which is, honestly, that's where I get all my wire from now is from Lightning Vapes, because I know the people who work there, who own it. They're great people. I like them a lot, and I get a 15% discount permanently. Everybody can get that too. It's just LV15. You want to get wire, you want to save 15% off, go to Lightning Vapes LV15. But if you want to buy like a lot of wire, they're like, well, we'll give you like 10 100-foot spools. No, give me one 1,000-foot spool. I know you motherfuckers have that shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Twisted Message Wire is actually Timco. That I so believe that because back in the day, that's what he used to always use. You go back and watch old school Twisted Message Wire videos. He's using Timco wire.
Yep. 100%.
Oh yeah.
And he charges like fucking top dollar for his wire, dude.
I'll give him this. It's probably a custom blend.
Yeah.
Because Timco makes wire.
I've never used Twisted Message Wire. I've never handled it. I've never used it.
Me neither.
Not because I'm against it. It's more like I just never had like a chance to really look into it and then buy some.
Yeah.
I just never tried it.
Lightning Vapes is awesome because you know what? It's the only place you can go to and that I feel comfortable recommending you guys. You can buy wire, batteries, and e-liquid, and they're all of a good quality. I trust Lightning Vapes for batteries, and I don't trust any third-party site most of the time for batteries except for Lightning Vapes. Places like iLume and fucking, what's the other one? Oh my God, iLume and IMR. Those are like the places I would normally say that are like the only places to buy batteries, and I still kind of say that. But Lightning Vapes is also a pretty decent place. So
yeah.
There's a new one that's been going around 18650batterystore.com.
Yeah, I don't know about that though. See, that's it. They might be the best fucking in the business. I just don't know about them, so I couldn't recommend people.
Yeah.
You know? Yes, John Mueller, that is a hell of a bird's nest if I'm dropping a 1,000-foot spool. You know me. You know how my coils look, man. I got some fucking janky ass shit.
I've never done that. Drop 1,000 feet spool.
I bought a couple 1,000-foot spools, man.
But
I dropped a 100-foot spool.
I've done it with 100, and it's a 22 gauge. So imagine that, like,
yeah,
it's kind of scary. That whips you. Oh.
Ugh.
Well, it's not really gonna whip, but there's no coming back to it.
Man,
it's just
putting on the wire.
It's a brand new 100-foot 22 gauge, and you drop that, and it just
you might as well just throw that shit away.
No, I'm saving that shit. I'm cutting that by piece from what I'll put it in the box.
every time I drop a spool wire, I just get Maria, my old lady, and say, hey, I just dropped some wire. Because she's so fastidious about it. She'll get it and she'll rewrap it and shit. She has all this patience for it. I'm just like, grab it in a ball and just fucking throw it in the garbage. Like, I'm done with that shit. Get so mad at it. Oh my God. Depending on the wire too. Let's say you drop like some really small gauge ribbon wire.
Yeah.
That's a fucking mess.
Oh yeah.
That's a mess.
Yeah.
If you drop a ribbon wire, that hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the smallest little creases and dents in ribbon wire, man, it's fucked.
I would drop a lot of round wire spools before I drop a ribbon.
I love ribbon wire, man. More people need to get into ribbon wire. If you're proficient at doing Claptons, grab some ribbon wire and try to use that instead of round wire for your Claptons. You're gonna have a really good experience. It's a really quality vape. Brings out different notes that you're not gonna have with round wire. Yeah. Fucking love ribbon wire. Man, I've been using ribbon wire for so long, and now it's like hip. but man, I've been down since the beginning. Anyways, Juan Castillo, he swears by Twisted Message wire. You know what's sad one is that I was going through the coils today to get all of Yeti's pictures out, and I found a bunch of your pictures that I missed last time when we did your deep dive. I can't wait to do my deep dive. I know I'm a conceited bastard, man, but I'm ready for my fucking spotlight, baby.
You should do it.
I'm gonna go last after everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Say the best for last. You know what I'm saying? I have a folder already built up for you as well, Ryan. So you have to start sending some more pictures in, so we got a little bit more to work with.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I'm late in the game. I kind of stopped. Really.
Everybody stopped.
Yeah, it's different because it's more of like I'm turning into a builder now that I build and I also represent the RDA.
Yeah.
You know,
which is what's a good niche for you to be in, man, honestly, because you're such a great photographer. So
well, thank you, but no, not there yet. But the thing is, sometimes I don't know if you guys know this. Well, I'm being true to the chat right now. Well, sometimes they request, like the company requests what kind of build they want to see in it. So it's not always in my control anymore, even though I feel like I should go all out on this RDA because, hey, I'm a coil builder. I have to like show off a little bit. I end up, building more basic ones because that's what the company wants or the designer wants, Sometimes the designer will hit me up and tell me, like, they don't say specifically what kind of coil, but they kind of say, like, I want you to explore the deck. So that means, like, I have to build something big. For like, So when I'm posting these build pics now, it's more of like I'm showing you what the RDA can do than hey, look at my coils.
I just got a really good idea for how to do your deep dive. I think we'll just look at your Instagram, because I think there's a good history there of your progression as being somebody who's gone and made this kind of like a side business. You know what I mean? Something that's really, that you found a niche for yourself in, that I think a lot of people kind of struggle in this industry to find their place in the industry. And using your talents to get in there, I think that's to be applauded. And so I know it's hard for you to accept compliments. I know it's like physically painful.
No.
But you're good, man. Honestly, you're good.
Yeah.
Some of your shit that you do, like I look at your pictures. I want to get my photography up. I just I like some of the stuff that I do, but I feel like I don't put enough time into my photography, and so I just don't have a lot of time. But then I look at some of the stuff you do, and it's just like I'm just like trying to like figure it out, and it's just like, God damn, this motherfucker is so good. It's so good.
Travis, it's not like I just sat down and then whipped.
No, I know.
5 minutes.
No, I know.
It takes time to get there. So
I know.
Yeah, that's why I don't like compliments, because you have no idea how that was made. There were holes on the wall. I cussed at my wife and stuff. We had a fight for a little bit. For 3 days, I wouldn't eat. It takes some time to get.
And that's honestly, when I'm complimenting you, I as somebody who does a lot of this kind of stuff, I know what goes on behind the scenes, and I know how much it takes. Some people will be breezing through their Instagram and they're just double tapping and they're just like, oh, that's pretty, boop boop, and they move on, right? But for me, I'm looking at that and I'm like, God damn, I know how much it took. I know how long it took to get this picture that looks effortless.
Yeah.
Like I get it. I totally get it. And so when I'm saying that you're good, what I mean is, man, you're good. And that shit, I understand how much work goes into that. And if people, to make it look effortless like that, to make it look like you did just sit down and do it, that's a talent, man, that nobody I know personally has, except for you. So good on you, man. Good on you.
I appreciate something that I don't see. I don't see it that way, but when you're saying it, I kind of understand. Yeah.
You are a difficult man to compliment, but I like that.
When I'm shooting, because when I build the coil and it looks clean, I check it, of course, several times. It takes like 50 pictures out of it, and only one of those will come out.
Yep.
So you're trying to find like the best shot, but then it's a lot easier when you already have it in your mind. Like you already picture that coil, and you're just trying to find. You're just trying to copy that angle, and that's what I show. So that's why I never seek out to like, oh, this picture is gonna be greater than somebody or something. This will be the best picture today. I don't think about those. I think about more of like, I want to post something that I saw. So when people see it, they see it kind of like to what I see it, like through my eyes. And from then on, we kind of have like a shared connection. So when you talk to me about it, I know exactly how you feel about it.
That's how that makes sense.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'll back Travis up 100%. Your photography is on point, bro.
And Juan Castillo says it better than anybody else. What we're saying is we appreciate all the greatness. Rye is truly the GOAT.
I hate that too. He already started that thing and it just didn't stop. And I'm like, dude, you gotta stop. Like, I'm not comfortable with it. And then later on, they were like, stop being a bitch, just take it. I don't want to be a bitch, so I have to take it.
Take it. Sure, vaping. Good night. Glad you could join us. Thank you so much for coming in. And who else? Somebody else was leaving too. And James. Good night. I think you're saying good night. I don't know. Zach Johnson, what's going on, brother? I love. I don't know where I developed this, but for some reason I turn into Hulk Hogan when I'm talking to chat. It's like, what's going on, brother? And when I'm texting people too, it's like, hey, brother, what's going on, brother?
Yeah.
I'm the Hulk Hogan of the vape community. Well, in more ways than one. So, okay, so let's get into some shit. First off, what's everybody vaping tonight? Rye, what are you vaping?
I have the BTFC from Fagan.
Okay.
I'm vaping on that on the squonk mode with the Mike Vapes recurve mode.
Nice.
That's what it's called. I don't know. I forget the names right away. So it's that. Yeah, simple squonking tonight. And I'm vaping on the Mama-san melon.
The Mama-san.
Yeah.
I've never had any of those e-liquids.
Yeah, they sent me this. And I tried it out. And melon just kind of, it's like the only fruit that I really enjoy for some reason. Melon flavors. I'm not a fan of
vaping, you mean?
Yeah, in vaping. I'm usually not a fan of fruit. Like if you throw some raspberry this and that.
Yeah, me neither.
E-liquid, I'm usually gonna pass on that. Like I don't like there's some good watermelons, but it's kind of like a hit and miss usually.
It's a big hit or miss. You know what's weird is because I'm not a big fruit person either. Mm-hmm. But melons to me taste like a vomit in vaping. I cannot stand fucking melon vapes. Ugh.
Yeah, for some reason I love it, man. Some reason I love it, especially if the melon is kind of like creamy. I used to fall in love with that melon from it's like they released 3 kinds of fruit. They have mango, they have honeydew. I mean,
yeah, honeydew and cream.
There's another one. I think it's like a fruit custard, whatever it is. I forgot the name of it, but that honeydew is great. And then there's the sweets that I post on my Instagram. Those are good too, the melon, because it's like a melon milkshake. If it's melon and it's kind of like there's a hint of cream on it, I'm in love with it right away. I don't know.
God.
I don't know what it is.
I want to put him on blast right now because the liquid was so bad. I forget who it was though. Somebody released a melon milkshake, and it was like a company who normally I really love, and they released this melon milkshake, and it was like out of a milkshake line, but all 3 of the liquids were all terrible, and so I blasted them, and they don't work with me anymore because you can't be honest. Sometimes people can't handle that shit, and this melon milkshake was the worst liquid, man, of the year. It was like the worst of the year. And so I blasted on it, and they fucking they don't talk to me anymore. Who was that? There's a lot of those companies. You be honest a couple times, and motherfuckers don't want to talk to you anymore. So
like I haven't failed yet. This is just the second type of melon from a company that I got. So it's third. So I'm still pretty new for it, but it hasn't failed. So I'm always like, I like melons.
Ooh, I gotta find that one melon and send it to you, because
let me know. I'll try
that'll fucking traumatize you, my dude.
No, I'll probably like it.
Yeah, you probably will. Crazy guy. Crazy goddamn vomit melon. That's what they should have just called it, vomit melon.
Yeah.
All right, that's all you're vaping? Keeping it simple?
Yeah. Oh, this one, my local shop just let me have this.
Oh, Sad Boy.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, is that the lemon?
Pretty good. No, it's the butter cookie from Sad Boy.
Yeah, this is good.
That's good.
I love Sad Boy. Yeah, there's good shit.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, what you vaping on, brother?
Colt 45 with the Apocalypse. And there I got Lemon, the One. Dreamer, courtesy of Travis, with the TM24 Pro.
That looks good together.
Yeah, I like it. And there I got Strudelhaus by
Good liquid. Yeah, good liquid.
And the Vupu Drag with the drop. And there I got Teruto by Yami Vapor.
Nice, nice. Did you run out of the liquid I sent you?
I just ran out this morning, brother.
Sad days. I have like 30 mils left myself, and then this on top of it. I have to make more. I've decided I'm gonna make a gallon of it, and then I'm gonna send everybody some liquid, because a lot of people have been wanting to try it. Nobody's, I've been pretty stingy with it over the years, but I've decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna send everybody a bottle. Anybody who wants a bottle, I'm gonna send a bottle.
It's good, man.
Spread it around.
Some good juice.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it sit. I'm gonna let it steep for like a month, and then I'm gonna send out just little 60 mils, like the little 50 mil bottles or whatever, to everybody. See what everybody thinks. I gotta have enough for myself. I go through about 1,000 mils of this a month.
Holy shit!
Because that's all I vape. Honestly, this is pretty much all I vape. I vape other stuff for the channel, but because my channel focuses so much on e-liquid, I only want the things that I want, and I get kind of sick of vaping what everybody else sends me to vape. Yeah. And so I kind of just like this, I built for myself from the ground up. It's exactly what I've always wanted. And so I don't get sick of it. I love it. It changes over time.
I really started, like right when I started running out, I really noticed the plum that you mentioned. The plum's coming out. It's crazy. It's good, man.
It's so weird because I was talking to somebody, and Zach, I'm not going to charge for it yet. I'm let everybody get a little taste of it like a crack dealer, and then start charging for it. The thing about this liquid is that it's got a lot of ingredients. And I had somebody tell me, and they're like, man, a lot of those things you're putting in there, they're just canceling each other out. And I'm like, you would think, but if you start taking things out of this, I've tried it before, tried simplifying the recipe before. If you take things out, then you don't get any of those late game notes. Like this liquid, after like 2 months, it goes from being like a strawberry and cream to fucking like a plum yogurt, and fucking it just totally like changes flavors. And I get like really weird like chocolate notes sometimes, and fucking just it's all over the place. And so and that's why I love it, because it's always changing on. And so yeah, I couldn't change it, but I definitely wanted people to try it because I'm very proud of it. I love this liquid. I fucking vape the shit out of it all the time.
Where can I order it?
I will send you a bottle, 100%. I will send you a bottle. I'm super into it.
I'll trade you with coils.
There we go.
Ooh,
sounds good to me.
Sweet deal there. Sweet deal.
I'll wrap you some 26 gauge round wires. 4 reps, though. It's 4 reps, so it's low, man.
I'll put them on the wall with a little frame that just says "From the greatest of all time."
Don't drop that
around
frame,
a 2mm bit.
You drop that frame, it's gonna go flat.
Oh man. Okay. Enough bragging on my own e-liquid. What am I vaping on? So I got some really interesting stuff tonight. I was going through my closet because we were looking for battery wraps. Maria's rewrapping all of our batteries, and we were missing this 2700 battery wraps that we have, and it was a whole thing. So I have like this closet that's full of vape stuff. It's like a whole fucking closet full, and it's jam-packed, and it's a total nightmare trying to find anything in there. But today I took everything out, and so I found all these mods that don't work. Like this Tesla Invader 2 Classic. It's the wood one. This is not stabilized wood. This is a $10 mod from fucking Tesla, which I love. But the thing that makes this interesting is that this has a MOSFET in it that I lit on fire before because I was vaping such low ohm builds in this that it literally caught on fire. And so, and it just didn't work. And so I thought, okay, this thing's just toasted, but I kind of kept it for sentimental reasons. You know, how often do you light mods on fire? Not often. So I thought I'd keep it. But today I was like looking in there and I'm like, it doesn't look so bad. I mean, there's a lot of corrosion on the chip and there's like a lot of melty stuff. But so I kind of took this little tool and I started scraping away at stuff and I kind of lifted it up off the wood and reseated it. And then I fucking kind of heated up the solder a little bit, reflowed it a little bit. And then I took some alcohol and like Q-tips and kind of just cleaned it all up. And I'm like, okay, give it a shot. Threw some batteries in there, threw an RDA on there, and I'll be damned if it didn't fucking fire. So it's back in business, baby. So I'm rocking the Tesla Invader 2 Classic.
With some low-ass coils on it, I bet.
I think so, yeah. These are some that you sent, I think, actually.
Oh, okay, so they're not like your coils then.
They're not like my coils, no. I wasn't going to fucking light it on fire again. But anyways, yeah, right. But I have the, oh God, brain farts. What do I have in here? This is the Trinity Glass Hardware's US 1 V2 RDA with their new cap, the Zion cap. This thing is amazing. It's kind of like their competition cap they used to make, except this is 24 millimeter, and you can get it for like the battle deck and different shit. And they actually also make caps for the Dead Rabbit now, which is amazing. So I actually have a crown cap for the Dead Rabbit. Yeah, Trinity Glass Hardware. They are not my sponsor. They don't give me any money. I wish they would, because I would totally take that money from them because I love their company so much. But if you guys don't know, Trinity Glass Hardware is an amazing company. They make fucking outrageously good products. All their glass caps and shit will take a totally subpar RDA and turn it into something that you're going to love. Love it. Just love it, man. Trinity Glass Hardware is the shit. So I use their shit all the time. That's what I got on here. And I'm vaping Drippin' Vape Strawberry Quick. This is just something somebody gave me. It's kind of throwaway juice, but it's kind of mindless. And when I'm vaping on my own time, if I'm not vaping my own shit, I kind of like something I don't have to think about a lot. And this is definitely something you don't have to think about a lot. It just tastes like strawberries. Then I got something I got from Tyler from ADV. This is the Dos Equis clone. I got it back from Maria. And I have a Trinity Glass Hardware drip tip on there. Dead Rabbit with a challenge cap. And these are some more aliens that I got from you, Tyler.
Nice.
They're a little rowdy. They're kind of rowdy. They're semi-rowdy. And then I have the Sandman. And what do I have in there? That's why I got White Girl on there. And then I have the Heracles RDA, 22 millimeter. That's right, Heracles made an RDA. And it's actually pretty good. You got some triple core Claptons, really low ohms, 0.05, like I was saying. And this is the Sandman mod. This was designed by some French vapor, I think, or some Belgian vapor, made in China. It's kind of a ripoff of the Dreamer in a lot of ways, and it came with an RDA that was a total ripoff of the Lucid, except for that it only did single vertical coils, which made it even worse than the Lucid. So this thing, what's the name of the RDA? I can't remember. It's in the closet. It's junk. It's even worse than the Lucid. I trash it every time I talk about it. It sucks. Don't ever use it. This mod is good. The RDA sucks. But this mod is really good. I actually like this mod more than I like the Dreamer by like a mile. It's way better. It's got a little bit of battery sag, but what doesn't, you know? Then I have from Brian from the Vapor Chronicles. He sent me out this drop solo, which I love. Talking about single coil RDAs, this is the one to get, in my opinion. It's like for builders, man. It's like half a drop. It's got a great deck on it. Yeah, let me see if I can get it on there. It's not going to focus. But anyways, it's amazing. I love it. This thing's amazing. Just can't get enough of it. And I'm vaping the Boss Tobacco Kingpin. It's a tobacco with peanut butter, and it's fucking amazing. I hate tobaccos, but this thing is it's legit. It's legit. And then I have a lot of mouth-to-lung shit, because that's what we're going to talk about for a minute before we get off of here. I found this EVOD and this, what do you call it? I forget what these fucking things are called. This one's made by Enjoy. It's like a Ego style battery. Look how big this fucking thing is altogether. It's like bigger than my mech mods, man, like by a lot. So
damn.
But this, so people who don't know, yeah, the Nord Drowsy, the Nord RD8, that was fucking trash, straight trash. But anyways, so this is an old school, it's not an RDA. It's not even a rebuildable tank. It's not even a sub-ohm tank. This is just a fucking mouth-to-lung tank. This is how I started vaping. This is the EVOD glass. This is actually a little bit fancier than what I started with because this has glass instead of plastic. Yeah, I just wanted to get this out. I put some salt Nicky liquid in there. It's actually, I'm using the Vapetasia made Killer Custard salt. It's fucking amazing. That's what I'm rocking.
What's the flavor on that?
Terrific.
Does it taste like the original Killer Custard?
Okay, so they're all a little bit different. They're very similar, but like anytime you have like really, like in my opinion, like high nicks, like high ohms, it has a totally different experience. Like for instance, this Vapetasia Milk and Poppies, I hate this liquid. The real version of this liquid, the pre-base version, hate it because it has so much dragon fruit in it that it just tastes like trash. But in this form, I love it. I just can't get enough of it. So, but Killer Custard is also really good. It's a 50-50. It's a, it's a lot different. It's a 50-50 blend. It is 50 milligrams of nic. So, but it's good. It's really good. I just love that they're doing this because I like Vapetasia. So it's nice to have something I like. It's in salt nic form. What else I got? I got the Jewel here, which I'm trading to. I don't see him in chat tonight, but I'm trading this to Clean as Fuck Coils, Freddie. He's going to trade me a boulder for this. And I figured out right away how to refill these pods. And they actually sell refillable pods for them now, too, which is cool. This thing's amazing. I always thought it was junk, but actually after having one and using it, this fucking thing is amazing. I love it.
Yep. Kids love it.
All your fucking local high school kids are going to fucking vouch for this one. My son, 16-year-old son, he's like, hey, man, that's a great Jewel. It like, reminds me of mine. No, not really. But yeah, this is a big reason why we're having so much trouble with the government right now. It's because of the Jewel. Actually, it's because of like places like 7-Eleven is why we're having so much trouble. It's a deep issue. But anyways, then I have the Swaron Vagon, which I love, except for mine has this thing where like it's fucking shitty, and the fucking pod doesn't sit right anymore. It just pops out. So yeah, it sucks. And these pods, it comes with this thing's not cheap. This Swaron Vagon. And it comes with one of these pods. These things, this whole fucking thing is supposed to be disposable. It's fucking like hard plastic and shit. Like,
yeah, that's not.
To me, it's like, man, don't make that disposable. Make it refillable. Make in the coils, right? Because I went in there, I'm like, I'm gonna change the coil in there. You're not gonna get me for fucking $15 for one of these pods. And the coils are fucking soldered in there. And it's just a tiny little micro coil. It's soldered in there. I changed the cotton as like the best I could do. I put cotton bacon in there. But I'll be damned if I'm going to buy a pod for this thing. So I'm just going to use it until I can't use it anymore, and then I'll probably just fucking give it away to somebody like I do everything. Then I have the Nexus from Vaporesso. I used to really like this when I first got it because this was one of the first like pods that I got. It's got changeable coils, which I love. It's refillable. It's got the little coils right here. It's got adjustable airflow. But the problem is that it's too airy. It's too airy. Like now that I've gotten really into these salt nicks and doing mouth to lung, you can't have a lot of airflow for that shit. It's got too much airflow to do mouth to lung and not enough to do direct to lung hits. So it's in this really weird space. It actually has like some kind of temp control. It's all bullshit. But anyways, it has 3 settings for different wattages. I used to really like it. I don't hardly ever use it anymore. It's kind of junky. This thing was, goddamn, I loved this thing when I first got it. This is the Edmund. It's hard to find any information about it. It's from China, obviously. It has these great pods, right? It has a mesh coil in there. When I first got this thing, man, I was all about it. I was screaming from the rooftops. This thing is the best. After using it for about a week and a half, the coil's burnt. It's just totally burnt. I get nothing but fucking dry hits on this thing now. Unfortunately, I've been in contact with the company to try to get more pods for it because I still think, man, this thing is amazing. It is. It's amazing. Like when I first got it, it was the best mouth to lung experience I'd ever had. But then it just burned out so quickly. So and it looks like a cigar. It lights up. Like, look how fucking bright it gets. But it just tastes a little bit like fucking burning mesh now. So, yeah, it's not great. And the same thing happened. They sent 2. And so I was vaping one. I gave one to Maria, and we were both vaping it. And she vaped hers even less than mine. And it's still, the coil's still burnt out. And so this thing's supposed to be like firmware upgradable, and it's supposed to be like temp control and not be able to burn. In my experience, the coils just are not up to snuff. So been trying to talk to the company about it. But again, it's just some weird fucking reseller that I've been talking to kind of. So then I've been vaping this thing. There's a lot of these mouth to lungs that are coming out from Steep. I got this little Steep vape thing here from the UK. They make some good juice. Quick Shake is like probably one of the better juices I've had all year. And this is like their little starter kit, except it's a proprietary fucking thing. Like, it's not 510. Oh. And it's not even fucking whatever, 910, like the old school shit. Yeah. This is its own thing. So you can't even fucking use it with anything else. And I don't know. It's just fuckered up. It's fuckered up. And then I got the Artery Pal. This thing's pretty cool. It's another like kind of mouth to lung, kind of not mouth to lung. Except the little glass tank there on the side. It's kind of cool, super cheap. It's not bad. And then I got the Q-Box all-in-one. This thing, if you're looking for something that's a little bit heavy duty, like you want like a little bit of a stronger mouth to lung hit, this one's probably for you. It rocks the most. It's got coils and shit you can change. Yeah. It's got a built-in tank. It's pretty good. Then the last 2 things I got are both from Innikin. This is the Easy Watt with the Endura T20S tank on it. That's great for mouth to lungs. This has adjustable wattage. It goes all the way up to 35 watts, which is pretty amazing for this tiny little device. Yeah. So I like it. And then I have the T20 itself with another T20S on it from Innikin. Innikin's great products for beginners and also for things like mouth to lung. So
that's a lot of damn mouth to lung setups, bro.
Holy shit, right? How big is your table?
I got a lot of shit over here on the table. It's not a big table. But I've been getting really into mouth to lung, and so that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about. So the Edmund is a rebranded Shanaland Land from the looks of it. I think you're right, Drowsy. And if that's the case, I'm going to get me one of those instead of this. So anyways, what I wanted to talk about is I wanted to get some recommendations from the people on the panel, especially from Rye, because he has a lot of experience with mouth to lung. The dude's always vaping mouth to lung. He's an expert. No matter what he says, he's an expert. He's an expert.
See, we were just talking about this before the show. I don't think you misunderstood me when I
put him on blast.
Yeah, I know. And very well done.
So I wanted to give my recommendations. So as you can see, I've picked a lot of these things. In the last couple of months, I've been getting really into this shit. So I want to give my recommendations for my top 3 e-liquids that I've tried so far that are Saltnik, and then my top 3 devices, and then I'm going to hear from the panel. So my top 3 so far is going to be Yami Salt. This is from Yami Vapor. This is their Jusu, which is like a juicy apple, and it's next level, man. This thing has the most flavor saturation for a Saltnik e-liquid that I've ever had. It's very flavorful, and it's got a great ripe apple flavor. 35 milligram is the one I have it in. It's very, very smooth, as Saltnik liquids tend to be. Second, I would probably say is going to be this Blue Magic from Basics. This shit is, actually it's probably my number 1, to be honest. This shit is next level. I vape all of it already, which is crazy for a Saltnik e-liquid. These little 30 ml bottles usually last forever. But this shit is so good. It's a vanilla blueberry cake, and it's so good. It's so good. And again, a lot of flavor saturation, a really nice, dense, dark, heavy-duty vanilla, which I'm really crazy into right now. This is really good. And my third favorite, at the moment, it's kind of a toss-up, is between Milk of the Poppy from Vapetasia and this banana cream pie, also from Basics. Basics is made by Glass, if you guys don't know. But this shit is, again, a ton of flavor saturation, a really great, authentic, fresh banana flavor, a really nice heavy-duty cream. The thing about salt nic e-liquids that I've been disappointed with is the lack of flavor saturation. And all three of the ones that I talked about tonight, they have a really good flavor saturation. So, but there's some, some runners up as well. Vapetasia's Rainbow Road. If you're looking for a cereal vape, salt nic, this is really good. It beats the pants off of Crunchberry by Basics. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're seeing more and more companies come out with their salt nic lines. So it's a good time to get into it.
It's a great thing. It's starting to get there.
Yes.
A lot of things coming out.
Yeah, most lines now. I mean, most of the big companies now that have established lines are coming out with salt nic versions of it. So
yeah.
Pretty excited about it. Yeah, it is great. What I'm looking forward to now is I want like Mother's Milk in salt, like from Suicide Bunny. I'm an old school Suicide Bunny fan. I know that it's not hip to like Suicide Bunny and everything, but I love that shit. That's what I cut my teeth on, so I really want some of that shit.
Remember, aren't they the company before that had issues with the diacetyl or something? Like it was named one of them. And I didn't believe it, but yeah, I did enjoy it.
Their number one ingredient was diacetyl, yes.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if that changed or anything, but I've had Suicide Bunny before. They were right there with the Space Jam line before. Oh, back in the day.
Back in the day. Now Space Jam gets sold at fucking gas stations, so.
Yeah. That's why, they attract the kids, because it's every line that Space Jam came out when we first had it is like amazing to us,
Yep.
Now we'll ignore those flavors, but it's the first time thing.
Yeah.
So that's why kids are getting into it, because it's flavorful right away for them. They didn't really explore in the juice, you know what I'm saying?
Cutwood with unicorn milk was also, because Shane's been saying, no, that was Cutwood with unicorn milk that had the problems with diacetyl. But also Suicide Bunny did have a big issue with specifically Mother's Milk had diacetyl in it. The thing about diacetyl is it's not as dangerous as people were making it out to be, because in the quantities that you would find in a bottle of e-liquid, it's just not a lot.
Yeah.
But they did remove those. They just changed some ingredients. Some creams and custards have a high level of diacetyl in it, which diacetyl comes from like the fake butter flavor and shit a lot of times, stuff like that. So they just changed their flavors. But again, Mother's Milk is still an amazing liquid to this day. Some of those things don't hold up well over time, like Space Jam to me hasn't really held up very well. But Mother's Milk and the Suicide Bunny lines in general, those are still really good, high quality liquids. So expensive.
I remember vaping Mother's Milk in 12 milligrams.
That's the first one I ever had too. Yeah, and that is fucking hardcore.
Yeah, it was. Wait till it steeps. It tastes like you're hitting 30.
Yes. Even a 6 milligram of Mother's Milk is like vaping a fucking 90. It's so heavy. It is such a heavy duty fucking liquid. Okay, so there. Enough of my bullshit. Okay, that's my top 3 e-liquids. If I'm going to recommend devices, I think the Swaron Vagon is a really good mouth-to-lung device if you don't mind buying pods. I think the Juul, say what you will, the Juul is still going to be a killer, man. It's a little overpriced, but now that you can get the refillable pods in 4-packs from Vapor DNA, I would really recommend this. I think this is a great. Look how small it is. You put it in your fucking hand. You can vape it secretly. I vaped this when I was in the hospital. I was vaping this thing. I know that's fucking uncouth and everything, right? But you take a vape on this thing, you hold it in, and nothing comes out. So I highly recommend the Juul, as much as that sucks to say that. It is a great device. I like it. And then the Swaron Vagon. And then really anything from Inikin. Any of these, these aren't pod systems. But if you're just looking for something that's like a mouth-to-lung, to vapor salt nic liquids in, any of these from Inikin, including like the new ones that they made with the Greek and the other guy, YouTuber, I can't remember what his name is. Phil Basardo and the Greek, they came out. They made a device with Inikin that's specifically a mouth-to-lung device. Anything from Inikin, from like the T20 line, anything that came from Basardo and the Greek, they make high-quality products. Their coils are super cheap to buy, and you're going to get a great experience. And most of them have built-in batteries. I think 99% of their stuff has built-in batteries. And so, check that out. And also, if you're interested in Inikin, Go check out the video that I released for the Heaven Gifts 11th anniversary, because I'm giving away an Anakin Proton mod. That's like their newest high watt mod. It's fucking badass. It has a joystick on it and shit for the minis. It's badass. Okay. Oh god. Milk by Bruel or the Milkman. No, I like both those juices. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I liked milk from Bruel. Nobody else did. Everybody else said it tasted like fucking rotten milk. I thought it tasted like breast milk. So I thought it was fucking delicious. And the Milkman is like my favorite e-liquid of all time. So since Drip Club took it over. Drip Club took over that company, Vaping Rabbit. They bought them out and redid the Milkman. And now it is fucking delicious. So get yourself some. It's expensive, but it's really good. Okay. Ryan, everybody wants to know, what's your fucking recommendations? Mouth to lung RDAs, RTAs. Come on, brother. Give us the good shit.
I don't know. It's been a mix, but let me just be clear. I'm not like an expert on MTL. I'm just getting these products and I have to test them out so I get to know them a little bit. But so far, so this is pretty recent. Are we doing like top 3 or something?
Top 3.
All right. I would put third. I would put that. I don't even know if that's MTL, but they consider it an MTL. So
okay.
The Amit is pretty good.
Yeah, I've been looking at that.
Yeah. This one. There's only a couple of things that I have a gripe. I haven't even opened it. But they sent me 2 of them and I tried the first one already. And I like it because of the airflow options on it. One side of it has like 6 round airflows, and the other side, instead of being the same, they only have like 1 hole. So you can choose that option if you just want to put like one just right hole in it. And I vaped it on those different settings, and it was pretty good. The only gripe I have is like it's kind of big.
It looks pretty big, yeah.
Big. It's an RTA basically, that size, but they just, made the chamber and the drip tip smaller and with a tighter airflow. But the performance is pretty good. And the thing about MTL, I just want to point this out. Maybe that's like MTL that are RTAs. I'm not talking about pods. If you have to build on it, your build has a huge it has a big I forgot the word to say, but it has to be the right build for it to perform well.
Yep.
It has a lot to do with what build you're gonna put in it. So, and sometimes people come to me and ask me like, this thing sucks, like how do you build this? And I tell them, and they're surprised because it sounds so simple. Like the builds that I recommend are like very simple builds. And then why can't you do like a staggerton on it? Like, no, you can't. It's not going to perform well.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to dry out on you because the coil is too big and there's too much wires involved on it. And
too much
I
heat
can't
and
do
shit,
that. I'm still getting messages like that. Like sometimes it upsets me to a point. Like, come on, do a little research. You'll figure it out. I'm not being mean, but
use your fucking brains, you morons.
But I answer them and I tell them so I could guide them and they could enjoy their RTAs or MTL devices that's that you can build on. But the Amit, I will put it on third because of its performance. I don't like how it looks. I think it's too big to an MTL. Usually when you're vaping on MTLs, you usually try to be like stealth mode.
Yeah.
You bring it like easy to carry, easy to handle. And this is pretty big, so you got to put it in a mod, And what mods out? There's not a lot of single battery mods out there that's regulated anymore. If it's a single battery, it's usually a squonker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how it can keep up, but the performance is great. The second one, they also call it an MTL, but I don't consider it as an MTL. I consider it as an RTA with a tight pull. But the flavor with the right build, the flavor that comes out with it is amazing. And it's from Advocate. It's the Manta MTL.
Yes, I was hoping you were going to say that. Yeah.
I really enjoy that single coiler. Like that's the coil I'm talking about when I'm putting 2.5s. Yep. So if you have that, build something with just 2.5s on it. Don't go 3mm on it or higher. It's not gonna fit anyways.
Yeah.
But 3mm already like pushing it. If you put 2.5s on it, it's perfect, and you can have fun with it. You can do a staggerton on a 2.5 on it. It's amazing. And it's like, yeah, you can go crazy on it if you want. And the number one, if it's all time that I favorite it, and I don't even know if that's the mouth to lung, it would be an Attitude K-Fun.
Yeah,
that would be my.
That's more of like a direct lung hit, though.
You
blast those fuckers out, man.
Well, yeah, number one, so I gotta include. I didn't include any pod system. Probably, I like the Infinix actually. I kind of enjoyed Infinix. It's kind of like the Jewel, and usually people buy the Infinix because they could refill it before everybody started hacking the Jewel. You know, so I like the Infinix. They're all like, they all can perform great to me because it's a pod system. You know.
Yep. They all perform pretty well. It's a pretty
well.
even filled. Yeah.
Pretty well. I bought my wife the Soarin' Drop because she said she wanted one, and she saw it on Instagram. I was like, she's like, "What's this? It looks cute," because she said it looks like a makeup kit that she can just put in her purse. I bought her that, but before I got her that, she was already vaping on an RTA that I put my build on it. It's a Merlin tank with it unregulated.
It's hard to go.
It's funny because when I got her I got her the Soarin' Drop, and she was like, "No, I don't like it." I was like, "Why? You like them clouds, right? You saw them clouds, right? This is not giving you any clouds." And she was like, "Yeah, I miss my old mod." And I'm like, so now I have it, and I just leave it here on my desk, and every now and then I hit that.
Oh, you know what? It reminds me. It's actually Panda, my old lady Maria. She got one called the Pearl. I forget who makes it. It's big, but it's fucking nice. It's actually really nice. It's a pod thing, but it's cool. It's kind of cute, as the girls would say. It's nice. It's really nice. It throws off a good vape.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it reminds me of like the drop from Sworn. So
the worst MTL, I gotta put this out there. The worst MTL I've experienced, I've had and tried. I hope they're not watching. I'm just kidding. Digiflavor's U-Pen. I didn't like that at all.
Ugh.
The one that looks like
I haven't seen it. I haven't used it.
The one that actually has a pen cap on it.
Yes. We were gonna buy that because again, Maria, like, that is so fucking cute. I could put it in my purse and I wouldn't fucking. It doesn't even look like a vape. You say it's shit, huh?
I thought it was cool because it looks elegant. It's nice. I got the red one with the gold on it. It looks nice, but my problem with it was when you put the cap on, the cap is so tight on the thing that I pulled it once and the whole tank came out. The wires came out.
Yikes!
I destroyed it just like that. Like I didn't even try to break it. I just pulled it out, and it all came with it.
That's bullshit.
And it's something that's not like you can unscrew it. It's there. You can like refill it. So.
Stand Up 3D's in the house. What's going on, brother? You guys go check out Stand Up 3D on Instagram, or go check out to his website, Stand Up 3D, and get yourself some amazing 3D printed vape stands. The dude's putting out some really good quality products right now. So we'll have to have you on the show sometime, brother. You have to come on and talk about your products because I'm super interested in them. I would love to have you come on and talk about that. I'm so into vape stands and like vape. Where do you put your vape stuff? I'll have to put some pictures up. I have some on Instagram. I'll have to, like, if I ever get him to come on the show, I'll show some of the ones I've made by hand before. I used to go to like Home Depot, buy the wood and like stain it and drill holes and fucking. I would have like these pegs and I would have like multi-tiered ones and shit. I made some really nice ones actually, man. Like, they all fell apart eventually because they get wet and then they kind of warp and then they fall apart. But yeah, I'm so into vape stands. Like, my solution right now is I use fidget spinners and business card holders. So business card holders are actually the perfect size to put RDAs on. And you can fit, like, on a normal size business card holder, you can put about fucking 4 RDAs on there. So we have like 3 of them in the closet. Then I got a bunch of fidget spinners with the holes on the ends. And you put those all over there and you can spin around kind of like a lazy Susan. They're all right. But seriously though, yeah, okay. So I'll address this real quick. Drowsy brought it up. So I talked about having Brian from Vapor Chronicles on the show. Definitely is going to happen. But he is super busy with releasing fucking the top side right now. And he had said, originally when I was talking to him, after I had done the review for the Drop Solo, I was talking to him a lot about that. And then he was telling me before it was released and everything, he was telling me about the top side. And we were talking about me reviewing that, which that's still going to happen as well. And he was like, give me 3 weeks and then I'll come on the show. So that was about 5 weeks ago. After 3 weeks, I hit him up and he was just like, hey man, I would love to come on. It's not like anything personal. It's just, I'm super busy. And so, he's still coming on. I'm going to harass him until he comes on.
Yeah, he will. He's such a nice guy. He's met him in person.
Yeah.
He's awesome. And he's one of those people that are very passionate about vaping. He's a true advocate right there.
And I think that honestly, this top side is going to end up being way more popular than people realize. I think right now, it's going to be a big product, and I think that he has to make the rounds to, again, like the night that he was supposed to come on this show, he went on Fagan's show, but it just makes sense for him on a business level. Fagan's show, 3,000 people, I get 30, so it makes sense for him.
I just always wondered the time he released the top side. How many people reacted like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
or oh shit.
Yes.
Like, it's so simple what he did.
That's exactly what I said. I told him when he showed me pictures of it like a couple weeks before they actually started showing it. He was showing me because he's like, I want to show somebody. I haven't shown anybody here. I want to show you, which was cool because I got to see it a long time ago. And I said the same thing. I said, everybody's going to shit their pants because this is so simple, and like everybody's gonna go, "Oh my god, I can't believe we didn't do this before."
It's like almost you want to talk shit about it, but then no, but he's right though.
So right, so right, dude. It's so right. And and I also said this is gonna revolutionize the way that people look at squonking, and we're gonna see a lot of imitations of that. I really think we're gonna see a lot of imitations of that.
Everybody's gonna come out with mods like that now.
Yep. It just makes sense. It makes sense. It's so much easier to want out your fucking bottle. Or the other solution that we have right now is this, where you have to have a bottle like this that you fucking take the top off of, and then you fucking you take off your RDA, you put this down in your squonk, you try to fucking push it down into the squonk bottle through the fucking 510, and that doesn't work right. It never works right. And so, it's going to happen. I think we're going to see a lot more things like the top side. But yeah, he's going to come on for sure. Don't worry about that. It's going to be awesome. Somebody else had said something. Stand 3D. Seriously, man, I would love to have you come on. You got to come on. We got to talk about vape stands. I could talk about vape stands for 3 hours. Fucking love that shit. Yeah. KJ NEO would be a hard case. Come on, you guys. So KJ NEO and me have talked again. We came up roughly around the same time. A lot of people. I've been doing this since 2014. Believe it or not, I just haven't had a big growth spurt in a while. KJ NEO and me have talked over the years many times, and he's invited me onto his show. I've invited him on here. It's just, we both have real jobs and shit too, though. It's about getting the time to do it. And I would love to have Andy come on. He's a cool guy. He got a different opinion on a lot of stuff than I do, but that doesn't mean that I don't like him or anything. I think he's a good guy. Okay, how about any e-liquids, Ryan? What kind of salt and e-liquids do you like?
Oh, I haven't explored that much, really. My very first one that I bought without knowing was a 50 milligram by Mr. Salt E, and that kicked my ass.
Mr. Salty is not great.
I just got it from I still have the bottle. I haven't really used it. I just kind of kept it in there. But I also have that killer custard, and that's been I've been just staying on that.
That shit's really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Do you have the killer custard in 35?
Yeah, in 35 because my wife's brother also vapes, and he's more into MTLs. He's more into pods.
Okay.
And that's what he uses, and he let me try it one time. I was like, oh wow, this is good. I was like, I'm a custard fan. Actually, that juice that you were showing earlier from glass, I'm about to receive that.
Good.
I'm about to get that. So it's good that you pointed out the best ones because those.
Blue Magic, banana cream pie. Those are the two that you got to go to first, man. They're the best. The best.
Gotcha, man. Keep that in mind.
I actually did a review. I did its own review for Blue Magic. I did like a single review for that, and I've done a video. I actually just got done editing it this morning. I just got done rendering it and shit. For the remainder of them, I do the rest of the 5 best to worst or worst to best. So people can know. And then I'm going to be working on the review for all these Vapeasia ones. Again, I'm going to do it all in one, I think, because it's just I've reviewed all these e-liquids on their normal form. Yeah. I've been working with Vapeasia since the beginning. I love Vapeasia. So I just kind of want to do like a once over and let people know that these are fucking delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna love it, man. If you like banana, like if you like, for instance, like say you like from Adore e-liquid, if you like banana bondage,
absolutely,
then you're gonna really like banana cream pie and the salt, Nick. Yeah. It's fucking good. It's good. All right, Tyler, how about you, brother? You got any experience with the old mouth belongers? Did he freeze on us? I think he froze on us.
Oh, he's there. I saw him move. Oh, just now.
Oh, Tyler, are you sleeping?
Scoop him up like you scooped me earlier.
He's asleep. Wake up, Tyler. You're sleeping with your eyes open. Oh, there he goes.
He's coming back.
I certainly hope so. I'm gonna give him a chance to fucking tell a story here about his little salt nicks.
Yeah, we're talking too much.
Oh, he's used to it. I'm a loudmouth. I do want to get see if what he has to say about the salt nicks, but then we're gonna take a deep dive. For everybody who's still stuck around for this, we're gonna take a deep dive onto the Yeti's uncle coils that he sent in over the years. There's a lot. There's a lot of coils to look at, so we're not gonna really take a deep look at each one because there's a lot. There's several dozen coils, and so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do like a fucking just a wave of coils. We're just going to look at all of them. Yeah. And if we see any that are super interesting to look at, we'll stop and look at them. Yeah, man, there's a lot. Yeti was like one of the most prolific as far as giving to the showcase. Well, hello.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
I thought you were just asleep or something for a second. I'm like, hey, you're sleeping with your eyes open.
I thought YouTube froze up on me.
Yeah. So, how about you, brother? What's your opinion on the salt nicks and the mouth to lungs?
I haven't tried any salt nick juices. Don't own any mouth to lung devices. So,
I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you a care package with a couple bottles of mouth or with the salt nicks, and I'll send you one of these devices that I got. Maybe the Nexus.
All right.
And then, because I think. Some people have said, and I'm not one of them, and some people have said, like, hey, we're going backwards. We're trying to go down on our nicotine. Then all of a sudden, we're going from 3 milligrams to 30 to 50. But I don't really think, I don't find myself craving more nicotine now that I'm vaping mouth to lung with salt nicks. It's just a different experience. And so I think I would like to get your opinion on it. And we'll come back on it after I send you something.
All right, sounds good, man.
And Drowsy, to answer your question, whatever happened to Yeti? A bit of a stranger now these days. No, he just doesn't like me anymore. Don't listen to Rye. He's busy. Shit, he just fucking hates on me.
Yeah, last week I hit up Yeti on Instagram and I asked it on DM because somebody asked me for coils, but he likes series builds. You know, so, and I haven't done a series build in a while. And as far as I know, series builds are like usually basic builds, really. So I'm like, you can do that yourself, man. If you know how to clap, then you can do it yourself. But I think for some reason he couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, I'll make you some, but I have to get some ideas from my friends on what to build for you because I haven't built that in a while. And Yunko was the first one I thought of. So I hit him up. And he didn't reply to me until like yesterday. I waited for like over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And just that busy. So that's why I was saying that he's busy.
He's very busy. He's very busy, quote unquote. I think that something happened. Honestly, here's my conspiracy theory. I think somebody said something about me, and that caused everybody to stop coming on the show. That's my conspiracy theory. No, I'm just joking.
I think is still Yunkel though. He didn't change his personality or anything.
No, man, no. Yunkel, I'm totally talking shit. Please don't take this as me being serious. I talk to Yunkel quite a bit actually still. He just is busy, like what I said. He's just busy. He doesn't have time.
Plus he's on a build team now. He's always having to build and post and
And he's got, and he's really focusing on what's important to him, which is building. And he's focusing on his photography, which I think he needs to. Not talking shit about him, but that was always his weakest point, and his builds were always amazing, but his photography was always something that needed to be stepped up, and he's doing that now. And that takes a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of time. So that's just what happened with Yeti. And but I tell you what, for a while though, it did feel like I was the fucking black sheep of the vape community, because we went from having full fucking panels every week to like nobody came on. But what it was, it's just little things like people move on. People have things they have to do. Yeti joined the build team, which I knew as soon as he joined the build team, I knew that was gonna really drastically cut into his opportunities to come on the show, which is totally fine, because he needed to be on a build team. His level of talent needed to be recognized for that.
I can't believe that he just got into a team.
I know.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not mad at that, because we all see him as this legend already. He's already great just by himself.
I think he's,
to be honest, nothing against the Resistance crew, but he can go on himself.
Yeti's a little bigger than that, in my opinion. And this is totally my opinion, okay? And I'm really not trying to start any trouble for anyone, okay? But my opinion is exactly what you just said. Yeti is a legend, and does he need to be on a team? No, not really. I mean,
it's fine. I'm happy for him. Yes. It's great that he's on a squad, because he seems very excited about it. He was happy about it. He was just interviewing somebody at, I think, a Tommy Vapor show. It's a coil builders, one of his teammates, and I watched that show, and he was very happy being on a team.
He's wanted to be on a team, which I think if that's what you want, then all more power to him. But I think you're right. I think he doesn't have to do that. But I mean, that's what he wants.
I don't see him. I don't see any less of him by not being on a team. Like he's already a legend.
Yeah.
I put him in the, Adituni, right? Yeah, I put him on that level. Adituni is the kind of builder that builds for performance, not for looks. He's like an engineer. Like he will slap some things there because he wants to discover something. He wants to discover the best flavor. So I always have high respect with Adituni. You guys probably won't see a lot of, his builds, because he's more into advocacy and stuff. But back in the day, he puts out some builds, and it's legendary. I've had his coils. The coil that he put on his Adituni K-Fund that he sent to me is amazing. I couldn't even copy it.
No, if you go deep into Addy's Instagram, you're gonna see some really amazing builds. Addy's a great guy, just in general. He's a really fucking fun, nice guy.
Yeah.
And Juan, man, we totally understand. See, I shouldn't have fucked around. I was totally joking. I just want to make that totally clear. I was totally joking about him not loving me anymore. Like I just said, I talk to Yeti all the time. We talk to quite frequently. I totally get that he's just busy, and the shows he does are his own shows still. And that's another thing. He has 2 of his own shows, and that's another reason why he doesn't come on this show. Plus, this show's on Sunday night, and I'm in California, so for me, this show comes on at 7 p.m. But like for fucking Rye, I mean, it's like what, 11, 12 now?
12. It's almost 12 here. That's why I was missing your shows too, because Sunday is my only day off, right? And it kind of like pushes everything that I planned for during the week to Sunday. Whatever I need to do, whatever I need to buy, it's gonna be on Sunday. And then we have this thing where, I have dinner with my wife and her family, meet up or something every Sunday, and that's usually late when it finishes. I'm so lucky that I got here today, because I know I have to be here.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy to have you here. Seriously.
When I got your invite and telling me all these things we were gonna do, I can't miss this. I really can't, and I owe you so much already. I'm sorry for that, Travis.
Oh no, man. Here's another thing is that I totally understand. The reason why I picked Sunday nights is basically because when I started doing the live show, there was already a ton of live shows. And so it's like you don't want to step on anybody's toes. And you don't, like, Saturdays, people do shows. Fridays, people do shows. And so I don't want to step on people's toes. And so that's just the kind of guy I am. And so I did it on Sundays, which I know is not the best time. And over the years, we've been doing this for a few years now. And so we've cycled a lot of people in and out of the lineup as panelists. And I've been really lucky to have a lot of really great people participate in the show. People like Beauty and the Vape. I mean, she used to come on the show all the time. Yeah. But then she moves on and starts doing her own thing, which is really important. But she does, very vocal vapors now, which is huge for our community. And so it's like, yeah, you can't hate on people for moving on and starting to do their own thing. Gizzard Stew, man, that guy's fucking. I mean, he used to come on every week, but then it's like, you're asking. He was going on like 10 shows, and then now he has his own show and he has his own e-liquid out now, and it's like, everybody.
That's crazy, right? Gizzard has his own e-liquid.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I have not tried it yet.
It is so fucking good. It is. It's legit. I need to get my hands on so good.
Because I know he's a custard fan. I know he loves the coil.
Yeah. It is so fucking amazing. It is so amazing. Here's my thing. I like coil vapes. I like Dean. I think he's a good guy. And I like Just One, all that shit. This is so much better than that. It's just so much better. It's lighter. It's got
awesome.
The aroma of it is so amazing. It's just so good. It's so good. Okay, so enough of that shit. Let's go ahead and let's dive down and look at some of these coils. Thank you so much, Cosmic. I will definitely keep doing the show as long as
Travis,
I can.
I'm sorry. I kind of like to hear Tyler real quick on his MTL experience.
He said he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have any. Just Mex.
I got no mouth to lung, no Nick Salt, no nothing, man.
Hell yeah. Real badass right here.
Tube mix. I got one regulated mod. Other than that, I rock tubes all the time, man.
That's why I love this guy right here.
That's awesome.
But hey, good. I'm glad you're sticking up for him. Good for you. You're a good guy. But no, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on. And honestly, anytime you're available, we'd love to have you come on the show.
Anytime I'm available, I'm going to be here.
You know that. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then we'll look at these Yeti coils. Again, we have a lot of them to look at, so we're not going to look at all of them. There's my beautiful honey right there.
Oh, that's one of your favorite MTLs you're holding.
Yeah, we took a bunch of pictures, promotional pictures for the company, and so that was one of them.
Cool.
I just like the picture. So let me see. There's Yeti's folder. As you can see, this is fucking jam-packed with coils. Okay, this is not all of them, but like at a certain point, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be able to show all these. Okay, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so this is a back in the day coil. And you know what? All of us hardcore motherfuckers, because our goons look like trash, because they look like the fucking the posts are all bent. That's how you know that's a builder right there, baby. You get fucking poster all bent and shit. Love it. Okay, that's a great build. And you know what? As much as I love that RDA, that is from Dot Mod. I love the RDA, but I tell you what, that is a fucking pain in the ass to install. Coils like that, that's a pain in the ass to install on there.
Yunko put the beast on that Dot Mod.
I know. And you know what? It's funny because when you buy that RDA, they tell you, because there's a little piece, if you look right in here, there's a little piece of fucking white Delrin. Yeah. And they tell you, do not put coils below 0.1 in there. And then he puts this shit in there. I love this shot so much because it's got the one.
Yeah, dude.
It's got the near shot in focus and the majority of the shots out of focus. I love shit like that. Little touches. And a great build too.
I like the deck on that RDA to Phobia.
Yeah, me too. Another great shot. See, I've always thought that Yeti has a lot of raw talent for photography. It's just that he needed better equipment and stuff, and I think that he's getting that right now. But he has a good eye for like framing shots, I think. Like this is to me a great example of somebody framing a really good shot. Man, I need to get a fucking, you know what I need to get really bad? I used to have one. I need to get a pasta machine to do flatten coils, man. Yeti consistently puts off some of the best performing coils that I've ever experienced. Yeah. If you've never had a chance to vape Yeti coils, you're doing yourself a disservice. The man's amazing.
I'm still trying to get those down. I'm having a hard time staggering ribbon wire.
I have not had the Goon food.
You're full of shit, right? I mean, you actually have. Come on, don't fuck with me, man. Come on. I actually took. So she sent me and Maria both Goon food. We bought a couple coils, and he sent us a couple of Goon food coils, meant to be used single coil. I actually took hers out of her RDA, and I got them in dual coil now. So it's a whole thing.
Where are those ohm out at?
Low.
Yeah.
Not as low as you think, though, honestly.
Yoko loves building wide ones, wide, fat ones.
Yes. Yeah. He likes them. He likes them BBCs.
Yep.
Them big, beautiful coils. Yeah. Some people think I'm saying big black cock. It's big, beautiful coils, though. Yeah.
Clean staggered one right there.
Is Goon food just regular staple or is it frame staple?
It's a trade secret.
Oh, okay.
It's like a staple, but it's so much more than that too, and it's hard to explain. It's so like it's using very, very small gauge wire for the wrap, and it ends up looking like one solid piece of metal. It gets so tightly wrapped. Yeah. It just looks like, and it feels kind of like silky and shit. It's an amazing coil.
I've seen pictures of it. I haven't had a chance to get any of Yeti's coils. I need to get some.
Enigma.
I like that picture. That's the kind of picture, honestly, I would hang on my wall. It's a little bit out of focus. It's a little bit melty looking. I like that kind of shit. Me and Maria both are really into coil art, like to hang on the wall.
Yeah.
And so we're starting to get into that. And Yeti's got some prime examples of those. Look at that. Look at that. Get the fuck out of here, man. He loves sticking those giant fucking coils in that fucking RDA too. God damn. I put like a Clapton in there and I feel like I fucking accomplished something, you know what I mean? And he's sticking this in there. Jesus Christ.
You should meme that picture with saying like, I don't give a fuck and send it to Dotmod.
Seriously, yes.
I don't give a fuck.
Just to see what they say.
Fuck your .1 or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This was a coil that he fucking was starting to make. The inside of this coil is fucking mesh.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, it didn't come out right, but that stick looks fucking amazing to me. So intricate. So much work goes into something like that. It's just, I don't have the patience. I got ADD so bad. And Yeti, here's the thing. Here's an example of Yeti. He will try shit that no one else is ready to try. Just to see if it'll perform, man. Like, this isn't winning any beauty contest, but he was hoping, like, hey, this is going to be a crazy ass rowdy build. I don't think it was, but he tried it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, I miss Yeti. Yeti, if you're watching, I miss you, brother. That's a beautiful coil.
Yeah.
I think this was his entry. We used to do theme shows, like theme showcases where we do like parallels. And like my parallel was like fucking 2 pieces of Clapton, fused Clapton, parallel spaced. And then this is like what he puts in. You know what I mean? Like, so I just like, no matter what I do, I'm feeling like a badass. And then he pulled out some shit like this. You know what I mean? He was always he's always like one step ahead.
Yeah. What an asshole.
What a fucking asshole.
What a dick.
A dick.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And that's got to be some old school Yeti coils there.
These are very old. I think these are from, honestly, I'd probably say these are probably from 2014.
Yeah.
Not 2014, 2015, late 2015, maybe early 2016. We've been doing this live show for a long time. We've been doing the coil showcase from about the beginning. And so, maybe 2016.
Helix.
And I think this was it might have been for our Helix showcase. It might have been for our Twisted showcase too.
Suka.
Look at all the fucking cores on that son of a bitch. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I think this was for our Twisted showcase.
Nice.
Oh, that's fucking nice.
That looks like H.R. Geiger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Very gothic look.
Straight up. Like a lot of times I like Yeti's coils because they're not, especially the old school pictures like this, they're not like hyper clean. They look rough. They look like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they look natural, like biological. They look like something that's some alien fucking spaceship grew somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
God damn, that's a clean build right there. That's the kind of build I would want to vape. 4 wraps, paralleled, fucking rowdy, dangerous. Love it. Lots of pubes. You notice the pubes? Oh, God. That's how you know he was giving it to OverDose Vapes.
Now I'm reacting because that coil, that Tuca that he did with the wrap, clapped it on it, that just takes so much time. So
I know.
Patience on that one is amazing.
It is amazing. He's got a lot of patience, man.
Yeah.
That's another great picture. I just love it. Looks very isolated.
It always seems like you're Indiana Jones and you're discovering this under a cave with the sunlight coming through.
Yes.
And then you're seeing it. It's like an artifact.
Yes. That's such a good fucking explanation of Yeti's old school photography, especially.
Like you blow on it to take the dust off.
Yes.
That's what you see.
Yep.
And you have like 10 seconds to escape that cave.
Yeah, the boulders are coming for you, baby.
Yeah. Nice.
You know, I take it back. You know, I said that photography was Yeti's weakest point. I take it back. I think that Yeti had a very original photography style.
That's his style, yeah.
That I think that it's hard to improve upon that in a lot of ways. I think that if he gets cleaner at his photography, it might water it down a little bit. Because this is fucking Yeti, man. Like when I look at this, I think Yeti. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit like that. It's just so good.
It's cool too because it just shows you enough of what you see.
Yep.
The coil building nowadays. What do you think about the coil builders nowadays?
I think it's pretty generic. I know it's not. There's nothing very exciting about it. Like it used to be really exciting.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting anymore. I like seeing the progression. Some people like Tyler and like Juan and like Freddie.
Yeah.
Those guys, seeing those guys progress over the last couple of years has been amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
But that's a different kind of exciting. Like that's exciting because I know these guys. They participate in the shows. And I got to see it firsthand. You know what I mean? But like when I'm going on Instagram and I'm just looking at coil builders, it's not the same as it used to be. Like I used to be really jacked up looking at coils.
It's just the same coil. Everybody's building the same stuff.
Yes. But like that's the problem is that where do you go from here?
Yeah, there's not a lot more you can do.
But then you know what? That's what we thought. That's what we thought 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So we thought parallels, twisted wire. That's it. You know what I mean? Like and variations of those things.
Yeah, I was watching a live show last night and I saw. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know Divine. But he did an indented staple stagger fuse Clapton, and I know it wasn't the first time it was done because he got the idea from someone else. But it was just taking a regular staple stagger fuse Clapton, and then he laid it out straight, and then he took a piece of 20 gauge and laid it on top and kind of pressed it down, and it indented the Clapton wire, so it was like shaped like a half pipe.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's how it's done. I never knew how it's done.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
That's
fucking
crazy.
awesome. Yeah.
But see, again, there's things you can do with the technology that we have now, like with Claptons, like with the Clapton variants. But like, I can't even picture what we would have outside of the Clapton. Like, take away Claptons. Like, let's just say you can't use Clapton, right? Then like, what are you building then?
Twisted and round wire.
It's everything. I mean, Clapton is everything, but there has to be more. There has to be something beyond that. I don't know. I'm just waiting for something big to happen.
It's hard to know because when you do those things, you usually, if you're trying a a variation that's more advanced, once you Clapton, you don't stay in Clapton. You usually decore that and make some kind of, alien or something. That's
but
usually.
again, it's a type of Clapton, like even an alien is a variant.
Yeah.
And, like there's got to be something beyond just wrapping wire around wire.
Yeah, it's yet to be discovered.
Yeah,
but I'm sure if they can indent that SFC, then yeah.
That shit's fucking crazy. And and it's gonna be that generation of like Nick Devine and all those guys. Those guys are smart. They are very smart, and they look at coils differently than I look at coils.
Yeah, and the fun part of the coil building is that I would say all actually these coil builders, they share it. They absolutely share it. If you're trying to get into it, they're more than happy to share it with you and how it's done.
Oh yeah.
And that goes back to the alien, honestly, because Homeboy could have sat on that and not shared it. I mean, eventually somebody would have figured it out, but he didn't, man. He shared it. He's like, here you go. That's always been the nature with this business or with this industry. It's like, it's kind of like, hey, we want people to experience the same thing we're experiencing. We want you to have a good experience.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll show you guys real quick. Then we'll get out of here. But this is somebody who I think is an amazing coil builder. She's local to me. She's actually pregnant right now, so she's not doing a lot of building. Let me find the folder. Her name's Ruby. She goes by Drip Dead Gorgeous. She's just absolutely amazing.
I started following her because you told me.
Yeah.
I actually started following her and liking her builds.
So she does a lot of shit that I would never think of, and I think that is very unique.
She has a very unique approach on coil building.
Yes, 100%. And while she's still doing a lot of things that are variants of Claptons and shit, I think that she does have a very unique take on it. And so I think if it's going to be people like that, she was originally a jewelry maker. And she does everything. Well, she did everything for like the first couple of years, did it by hand, and which is amazing to me. Still, I think that's fucking outrageous. That's crazy, right? Yep. And I know somebody posted in the chat too that Yeti does a lot of that shit without swivels, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is pretty amazing as well. So,
Nick is a brilliant builder, and what I love the most about Nick Devine is that his part of sharing it.
Yeah.
He dedicates himself going on YouTube. He's done a lot of builds on YouTube.
Yep. And every one of his live shows, it's like a build along, He's tells you step by step what wires you need.
Not the best on videography on how he presents it. He takes time on it, but it's enough info, really. Yeah. It's very helpful.
My favorite person that does videos about coils is gonna be Black Cat Whiteface. Just for sheer enjoyment of watching. He's amazing.
He's fun to watch.
He's so fun to watch.
Because his vape at 5, I'm usually at work at that time, so I don't get to see him, and sometimes I listen to him, but I also need my hearing at work, so sometimes I miss it, but I try not to miss any of his shows. I
love his shows.
Home. Yeah,
it's my safety zone, man. I tell you what, like honestly, he's just such a great guy. And so, so I'm gonna show you one picture. This is from Ruby. This is just a little bit indicative. This is not, she does shit that's even crazier than this. But this is kind of indicative of what she does. Okay, so this is a build by Ruby.
Nice.
Oh wow.
She's very unique. She's very original.
Right.
And
you could totally see that she was a jewelry builder.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. She can build jewelries.
Like this shit's, this encompasses a lot of things I love. It's got fused Claptons. It's got fused Claptons with round wire, with flat wire. It's just great. And it's just great. Yeah. It looks, again, very biological, less mechanical, more biological. Ruby is and will always be one of my absolute favorite coil builders. I think she's amazing. So, Ruby, if you're watching, keep it up. You're amazing. And so her and they're expecting a child, which I think is amazing. Her and her baby daddy is Shane's her baby daddy. He's one of the admins of my Facebook group, and also he runs the local vape shop. So they're kind of like local vape royalty, and so I always try to give her as much exposure as possible because I think in a lot of ways she has the most interesting stuff that is on Instagram, and so I'm always trying to push people towards her, and she gets a lot of recognition. She has a pretty popular Instagram now.
What's her Instagram handle?
Drip Dead Gorgeous.
All right.
Gorgeous. Yep.
Yeah, check her out. Yeah, she does amazing things. There used to be a few other people that I thought were really interesting. There was a guy on YouTube called Ghost. I'm sure you're familiar with him, right? You know, Ghost.
Oh yeah, the guy from lives in Canada.
Yeah, so he did a lot of really, really unique builds. I just tried to replicate one the other day called the Rods, and that's the one that has the two pieces that coming up off the what do you call it, the post holes, and then it's just holding 3 rods of Clapton wire.
Yeah.
You can see that it's on my Instagram. He did builds like that. Those are very unique builds, and he did a lot of other builds that are really interesting. Now, unfortunately, he kind of lost his mind, and he does a lot of videos about whips, like bull whips and shit, and survival. So he doesn't do a lot of builds anymore. I don't think he does any builds anymore. It's a little, but that kind of creativity requires somebody to be kind of insane, and so it's not surprising that he like kind of lost his mind. So unfortunately, yeah. Whatever makes you happy, right? Okay, so I really want to thank Vape for joining us, and of course Tyler for joining us. Why don't you both? We'll start with Tyler. Why don't you tell them where they can find you, brother?
80_V_coils on Instagram.
There it is. Go check him out. He does amazing work as well. One of my favorite builders. And if you want to get some coils, they can get some coils for me too.
Yep, sure can. I got a pricing list and a coil list up on my Instagram.
There you go. Boom. There it is. Okay, Ryan, why don't you tell them where they can find you, brother?
You can find me on Instagram. It's where I live. _Rye. No other social media on vaping, but just Instagram. By the way, Travis, is it okay if I take a little bit of time just to announce something? I have something exciting thing coming up.
Please do. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if for the people in the chat, I don't know how many of you are watching right now, but there's this thing that you guys probably see on Instagram about this guy that had like a surgery on his head. Even I don't know much about him yet, but if you come across that site, he has a GoFundMe, and actually he's one of the pioneer builders. I think his name was Obi Vape Kenobi before, something like that. But he was one of the pioneers in building, and something happened to him that he had to take the surgery. Well, what it is we're planning my second team, which is Build Mafia. We're planning like another giveaway. We've done a giveaway back in February, which is a Valentine's Day theme, and we're planning to do another one for this October, and our target date is going to be Halloween. So it's going to be a Halloween themed coils from the builders in my group, and we're going to raise some funds to help this guy on his GoFund thing. So it's going to be dedicated to him. We recently just picked up members from Johnny Drips. I don't know if you guys know Johnny Drips.
Yep.
Johnny Drips' group, apparently they kind of ended their team, and for whoever's left in there, and they came over to Build Mafia. So we have like about 11 members now, and we had this idea that we will help this guy by putting out like a giveaway. And there's going to be a little bit of money involved. I think it's going to be like a $5 entry, unlimited entries for this, and all the proceeds will go straight to the GoFund for this guy. So actually to join is to just go to his GoFund and donate and leave a comment or something. That's how we will like do the raffle on it. So I'm just announcing that right now. It's still early in the project. We got to get some things done. But expect that to happen by the end of the October. You guys heard it first here. So,
okay. Cool. And I'm sure there'll be more on your Instagram, right? You'll post some.
Yeah, we'll announce it probably like after the first week of October.
Okay. Good. I'll keep my ears open for that.
Yeah.
And and however many people are watching now, we get a lot of people that watch the replay of this because it's Sunday night. Not a lot of people watch it live, but there'll be quite a few people watching the replay. So if you're watching the replay, stay tuned to Rye's Instagram and catch up on that. And yeah, man, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Fucking Halloween theme.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
we already had an idea of what we're gonna do. It's gonna be great. You don't want to miss this one. It's gonna be very special because that's the whole thing. That Build Mafia, the first members of it is me, Johnny Drips, Freddie from Clean as Fuck, and J Roller. J Roller is his name on Instagram. His name's Jeremy. And we built this team specially just to not just post up some builds, but to do giveaways. That's our mission, is to do some fun things and do giveaways or to help out to do fundraising stuff. So
wow, that's amazing. Good for you guys.
Nice. Yeah.
Awesome. That reminds me when the guys do the braids for blue. It's a similar kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we supported that. I think the Resistance crew did that, and that was amazing.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's all about giving.
All about giving. That's what I love about our community, is that it's a lot of family kind of oriented stuff that we do with each other, and I love that. A lot of drama. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of love too. And so God bless you guys for doing that. That's cool as fuck. And okay, so we're gonna call it quits for tonight. We did an extra long stream for you guys because we had a really we had a good show. It was over 2 hours long, but we had a good show. And so I really want to thank Rye for coming on. Thank you to Tyler for coming on. Stay tuned for next week. I got some reviews coming up as well as another live stream for you guys next weekend. So we'll see you then. Peace out.
Peace out.
Take it sleazy.